I couldn't sleep, so still having stomach issues. I go in for an ultrasound on Friday, but we're heading to Aerie Peak. I just want to do there's some quests in Aerie Peak that we can do to kind of get us some quests in Sunken Temple, and getting pretty close to Sunken Temple level. I think level 51 maybe, so maybe 50. So we're gonna try to get some of that done. I've got a nice guy in my group here, a Miss Guy, who's a really good mage. Has been nice enough to help me out with some stuff. Also, he just gave me this 100 sparkling water, which is just awesome. And he gave me a bunch of it, so now I don't feel like I don't want to waste it. So I do need to hit my mailbox and grab some potions, though. I don't have any mana potions or anything, or any buff food, other than just some fillet of red gill for eating. We did get our carrot on a stick, but really to use carrot on a stick, really carrot on a stick is only really useful if you actually macro it, so that every time you mount up, it automatically swaps out your trinkets and puts that in. So that's something I'll have to do. I hope you're not watching my stream, Miska, because you just read my mind. Let's go ahead and look at stuff that we need to mail off. We're just going to mail all of this stuff to my to my banker. Actually, yeah, that's good. Not a clear, but we'll mail this stuff off and then grab a few potions out of my mailbox. You know, let me turn on my laptop here and I can pull up the stream on the laptop. Give myself another screen to look at here. Excuse me. Oh man, I wanted to change the actual image for the stream, but oh well. Oh well. Fuck it. Alright. Looks like we've landed.
You were screwed.
And I missed that jump really badly. That's alright. Okay, let's grab this, and that should be good enough, right? Anything else we need? I don't think so. Alright. Alright. Yeah, Jamal the Prophet's 53. What else we got? Witherbright Cages. Yeah. And Jamal's the only one we need. Jamal is the only one we need for ZF, I think. But okay, hinterlands. This one. Damn it. My, hey, what's up, Ken? I don't. Yeah, the ZF. I don't know, man. We're gonna do the. Is the ZF part of this of the Sharpbeak quest line? I can't remember. I know it's. I know it's doing these quest lines out here that eventually get to the mallet. I don't really need the mallet because honestly, I'm kind of fed up with ZF already, and I just want to get to 60. Although I really wanted to get Jangthraze the Protector, but I've run ZF 3 times now. I haven't even seen the damn sword drop once yet, which really sucks because normally I'm really, really lucky with that, and I've seen it drop a lot, but it's possible that the drop rates on the private servers are just much higher. I don't know, but I've run it 3 times, haven't seen it drop once, which is, you know, probably pretty normal, to be honest. But, you know how it is. The light! The reckoning!
Lovely.
Let's see, this is the mage I was telling you about, Ken. He's just ridiculous damage, man. Look at him. I would have died, like, really quickly to these guys, and he just annihilated them. Just absolutely annihilated them. Man. That mage just hits so hard, man. Lovely. Hey, no problem, man. So hold on a second. Loot these guys. Another wild vine. More money. More money's always good. And I want to check this quest really quick. The hinterlands cage is complete. Okay. Oh, Jesus. It's live for mob. Can you make guide for Palyware to grind AoE? Yeah, you know, I really need to put together a guide like that just to show people kind of. There are some really good grind spots. This is one right here for like level, you know, for like level 44 to like 49. You could grind right here. Damn it! I've already done night quest. I don't really want to get this guy in the group because I've already picked up what he's done, and it's too difficult. You know, I don't do well. I have a I don't do well with trying to manage like 2 different people in my party, manage the stream questions, and manage my thought process. It's pretty rough. I'm not very good at multitasking yet. Actually, I mean, I am, but it's late. And I don't really want to deal with all that right now. But hey, I don't know if I should pick up this other quest, the Skulk Rock Cleanup. I think that's the one killing the oozes and stuff. I really don't feel like doing that, but maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I do need to put together. I'd get a lot more subscribers on my YouTube channel if I did those videos that people do all the time, which are not really kind of the ones I usually do, like top 10 this or how to grind or those types of stuff. You know, best AOE spots. You know, I think one of the reasons I don't do them is because I don't feel like maybe I know everything. You know, I mean, I know some stuff, So I hate one thing that sucks when you do videos like that is people always come into it thinking that you're the end all be all. You know what I mean? Like you know everything. Like if you say it's true, then it's true, and then if it's not true, then they come back and yell at you. It's like why people come to my videos all the time. It's like, oh my god, I thought you were saying that AOE leveling was fast. I'm like, no, I've never said it's fast. AOE leveling is good, but I would never proclaim it as the fastest leveling. You know what I mean? Hey, Tomas, I'm good. I need more Mountain Dew. Actually, I got a glass of Mountain Dew right here next to me. So, but yeah. So sometimes I don't like to do those videos just because I don't want people to get the wrong opinion. To feel like I'm telling you I know everything there's no about Paladins, and this is what you should do. And I try to put those disclaimers on there and say, hey, look, this is what I do, and I like it, but this is just one way to play the Paladin. It's not necessarily like the best way. Let's see, where is Miss Sky? He's probably already done this quest. You've completed. He's completed. I love this mage, though. He's got the same hairstyle that I would do if I was doing like a gnome mage. Yeah, I'm supposed to kill all these. What was the other one? There was a little S investigating magnifying glass, and I lost it. It was around here somewhere. Don't make me read the quest. Check the top of Altar of Zul and return. Was the Altar of Zul just... Yeah, right here. So we gotta go there. Okay, that's fine. Ah.
Lovely.
The light! No, that was a flagged horde. The Altar of Zul. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the optimal build for DPS. This isn't the optimal build for leveling speed, but this is a build that I really have a lot of fun with. That's exactly right. And that's kind of the purpose for my... Well, the purpose for the videos I used to upload about 2 years ago. Because not too many people really played the Paladin this way. At least not on the private servers I was playing on. You didn't see too many people doing it. So it was like me just saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. And if there's anybody out there who... wants to try it this way, you can. And also, if you have any tips or tricks or feedback to make me a better player, which I got a lot of feedback, and I'm actually way better with Paladin now than I was 2-3 years ago. I know a lot more about the mechanics and how to do certain things. So he's a miner too, so I'm just sharing the nodes. Okay. Next time I'll hit it. Maybe I'll hit it twice next time. Right. So we got to kill the stupid slimes, which are always a little bit annoying. Okay, let me check something here real quick. I don't have any buff food at all. Let me get more than one of these guys. Let's see, 1, 2. There's 4. This guy just hit. Oh, he's a mage too, shit. Okay, 3's enough for this bull, I think. Let's go full defensive here. Is he a fire mage? No, he can't be a fire mage. I thought I saw fire coming out of that guy. Alright. Oh, these guys hit hard. That's alright. I always have to remember that mages are kind of worthless when they have no mana. You know, it's so easy to be like, oh, they're so powerful, and then forget that when they don't have any mana, they're really weak. But look at this water he gave me. Ken, this water, dude, check this out. He gave me the level 45 water. Oh my god. Oh well. Reckoning? My reckoning is proccing more now. See, he just does one spell cast and immediately gets threat. Maybe I should just like heal. Now we just need the jade oozes, which if we go down the bottom of the hill, I think we'll get them. Yeah, that water he gave me is like the super duper awesome. Where are they at? I think they're over here. Let me get the map real quick. No, they're over by the other side. Ah, kind of screwed that up. I was thinking of the other side. Ah, son of a biscuit. The damage, man. Okay, now we just need 3 more of the oozes. If I level a mage, I want to do a fire mage, man. Okay, we just need a few more jade. Sludge. Here's one. It's one. It's the only one I see right now. Oh.
Lovely.
Is he leaving? Two more Jadus. Pyroblast, yeah. WoW. I think WoW is extremely relaxing. In fact, it's the #1 reason why I play World of Warcraft, because I'm a computer programmer and I write code all day, and and sometimes it can be stressful, and I can come home and just play this game and let my mind kind of relax, and it's just a nice break. These haven't respawned yet. Shit. But yeah, it's just very relaxing. These are green XP, I guess. Reckoning. So I've set up all my alerts. Lovely. You can see my heal, Ken. You can see my reckoning. You'll see when my trinket, my Uther's strength, there it is. When it procs, you'll see it say the light, because it's a big yellow light bubble, and it makes that like electrical sound. And that's just for now. I'll get sick of that sound eventually, and then I'll just turn that off. But you'll still see the text that says the light. But you can see the bubbles up. You can see absorb, 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 absorb. See all the absorbs? It just procced again. So I have taken like very little damage because the bubble's been up pretty much the whole time. But now I'm out of mana because I wasn't watching my buffs. Okay, one more. One more jade ooze. So that one guy, remember? Remember that guy last night? It was Tim Tom was telling me all about reckoning. But Tim Tom was saying last time about reckoning, oh, you got to sit and stand and all that. And I'm like, hey, if you send me a video, so, I wasn't trying to be rude to that guy, but my stream didn't update, so I wasn't seeing that he said like 4 or 5 more comments, which I didn't see until I ended the stream. Sometimes my stream will not refresh for some reason, and I have to like scroll the the scrolling bar down and up to kind of force it to refresh. But I did watch a video and a guy that says, oh, this is great, reckoning, you can force all these. And he creates a macro that basically says, the macro says slash start attack, /sit, /stand, /stop auto attack. And he just puts that in a macro and he keeps spamming it. It looks stupid as hell. I mean, your character's like sitting and standing and sitting and standing. And he's getting all these reckoning procs, but he's taking all his damage because he's constantly sitting. So he's constantly getting critically hit, right? So he's taking a ton of damage. And of course, he's a retribution paladin, right? So he's like, this is awesome, this is awesome. And I'm like, this isn't awesome, you're getting your ass kicked. And so I showed him like killing people, and yeah, he's killing people, but he's like barely has any health left. Like, what's the point of killing someone really fast if you've got 5% health? So I'm like, and then so I created the exact same macro he had, did exactly what he was doing, and I was getting 0 reckoning procs, absolutely 0. So I'm thinking they probably patched it. Let me check my log. I'm supposed to. This one, the Ultra Azul. So I think they patched it, to be honest. Which I'm kind of glad they patched it. So, and the other thing he said about reckoning, which was really interesting. The other thing he said about reckoning was that if you're near the end of your auto swing, of your actual melee swing, that you may not even get credit for the double swing. You know what I mean? Like, reckoning may proc, but you won't actually get the extra swing. So it's really tied to your actual auto attack. So if your auto attack's near the end of the auto attack, it'll clip your reckoning proc. So that to me is buggy as hell. And I actually watched him do it. I actually watched him show where that was happening, and you can see it on my stream. here too, because like you see when it says reckoning, look for the white damage numbers on the right side of my character. See when I hit somebody here, let me attack somebody here really quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I attack this soothsayer, right? You see the 94 on the right, 111. That's my attack, right? My auto attack, 65. He blocked 25 of it. So if I hit reckoning, it'll say reckoning at the top of my screen. You'll see 2 white numbers. But a lot of times when I hit reckoning, you won't see 2 white numbers. You'll just see like 1, and that's because it's getting clipped. So just because you get reckoning doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to, get 2 attacks. So reckoning in itself is really buggy, and the way people are getting it to proc is stupid as hell. They're sitting and standing over and over again.
Screwed.
And it's just stupid, It's like really stupid. So I really don't, and I've never liked that mechanic of sitting to force a reckoning proc, and then to do it the way they're saying to do it now is just stupid. So yeah, that's actually my old low health warning that I've used ever since like back in the day on mixed scrolling battle text, and I set it up today because I like it. It just lets me know when I'm low on health. I don't even have enough mana to mount. But yeah, so if you, I'll probably go through a video and show you guys what I'm talking about with reckoning. Show you like how this one guy said if you create this macro, I think I probably still have it, right? Maybe I don't. Here it is. Sit, start attack, stop attack. Sit, start attack, stop attack, sit. Maybe it's stand. It could be stand at the end of that. Maybe that's what I was doing wrong. I'll have to try that. But it wasn't working at all. I was getting no reckonings. So, but I'm pretty sure that's what he had was sit, start attack, stop attack. Because when you start attack, you sit, you start attack. Well, the start attack makes you stand up, and then you stop attack, then you sit. It's weird, but that's the macro he had, and he was demoing it, and he was getting all these reckoning procs. But the funny part was I was watching him getting his ass whooped. It was hilarious. Like, yeah, look, reckoning. I'm getting like 6 reckonings. I'm like, yeah, but you're getting your ass whooped. It's like, so he killed a guy and then had like 5% health. And then he showed how like when he was getting attacked by 4 people, he was able to kill one of them really quick by using his macro. And then of course he died. Anyways, it's just I don't like it, and I've never liked that mechanic. And so I mean I've been watching Reckoning. I've been keeping a really close eye on Reckoning. I do like it. I do think that it's pretty good. Whether or not it's better than giving up some of my talent points on extra defensive abilities, it's really hard to say. One thing I like about it is but it's not reliable, right? Because it's just so RNG based. But there are times when I'm tanking and a mob like is hitting me, and I can tell that someone's hitting really hard and they may pull threat, and then I do like a reckoning hit on him and double hit him and then judge him and build up an insane amount of threat in just like a really short amount of time. So I mean it definitely does give me extra threat generation. Yeah, let's test it in a duel. That's a good idea, Ken. We'll test that out. But from what I've seen so far, I just think that trying to manipulate Reckoning in that way is not really... I don't find it very viable. If you're really good, you want to really time that shit and practice it out, maybe it's viable, but honestly, that's more PvP based, not PvE, I don't know how many we got. We just got the one. We just got the one turn in. Complete. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go turns. We're getting close, though. We're getting close to 48. That's good. Got 2 more Wildvine. That'll be another 1.2 gold at least. Yeah, and the Skullflame Shield was in the auction. That's the first one I've seen, Ken. That is the first one. And the guy who put it up knew that his was probably the first one in the auction house. At least the first one that he's probably seen there that I've seen. And he listed it at 350. I think it's 300 gold bid in and 450 gold buyout. And he posted in World Chat multiple times saying, you know, Skullflame Shield in the auction house. So he's trying really hard to sell it. But 450 gold is a lot of money. And if somebody buys it for that, they're probably buying gold. Okay, yeah, that's it. Actually, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to be flying. I think that's it, right? Yeah, there's nothing else here. About an hour. From the UBRS. Yeah, that's a good one, though. The Draconian Deflector? Yeah, that's good for tanking. The Skullflame Shield is not as good as the Draconian Deflector for pure, like, tanking. Yeah, so. I've thought about respecking and dropping Reckoning, but I still want to play around with it. I think it's just so hard. You know, you never know. It's so hard to know, like, it's really hard to run the numbers because everything's so RNG based. You know, it's like, well, you have to like really like pull like 5 mobs over and over and over again, groups of 5, and see, okay, well, how did Reckoning do? Do I feel like after 20 fights like this, was it easy, was it hard? And then you have to respec into the other build, then go do the exact same thing again and say, okay, did it feel easier, was it harder? You know, that's the only really way to tell, because you can't really do the numbers that well. Okay, Marvin, give me a second. The Dragon Wolves, yeah, I know the Dragon Wolves drop it, but it takes, and I actually have already killed about 20 of them, but 20 or 30 of them, but they didn't drop it. Yeah, hey Marvin, add-ons. Excuse me, I am using currently Auctionator, Buffwatch Classic, Aura Durations, Classic Cast Bars, Mixed Scrolling Battle Text, Omni CC Quartz for my players' cast bar. Yeah, and then Recount, which is my damage meter. Ring Menu, which is, I'll show you what that is in a second. Vendor Price and Weak Auras. And just Z Pearl for my bar add-on. And then Questy. The Ring Menu is just this. Just a nice way to pull up stuff in a menu here. It's kind of like Skyrim. Anything that's on my R2 here will show up in my Ring Menu. And as far as skills, just 5 of 5 Divine Strength. I always rush Consecration right off the bat. 5 of 5 Divine Strength, 5 of 5 Improved Soul Righteousness, Consecration. Then I go to Protection, get 5 of 5 Redoubt. I get 3 of 3 Precision, then I get 2 of 5 Toughness, 2 of 5. Then I move into a Shield Association, get 3 of 3, and then I usually go maybe 3 of 5 Anticipation, you know. And I just get enough points in here to where I can get Sanctuary, which I think takes 20, I think. So 5, 10, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you'd have like everything I'm showing here except only 1 point into Righteous Fury, and then we'd grab Sanctuary. And then I'm going into Reckoning right now, 4 or 5. And I'm still up in the air on whether or not I really like Reckoning, so I definitely think it's good. The question is how good. The thing I don't like about Reckoning is it's not as dependable. Yeah, no problem, Marvin. The only thing I don't like about Reckoning, Ken, is I don't find it very dependable. It's so RNG based. So it's like, would you rather have more parry and block all the time? I mean, I know that's RNG based, but it's up all the time. It's constantly, you know, it's increasing my chance to block. It's increasing my chance to parry all the time, you know, as opposed to Reckoning that just may proc off of maybe if I'm getting critically hit. And remember, I'm only getting the critical hit ratings against me are going to be greatly affected by who's actually attacking me. Are they from levels above me, levels below me? Are they bosses? There's all these factors that go into whether or not they can even critically hit me. So I don't know, man. I'm still thinking about it. Well, we'll definitely be getting Holy Shield too. That's the thing. I'm going to get Reckoning and Holy Shield. And we're going to get one-hand weapon specialization. So see, we still have to go 5, 6, 7 more points here. So that's going to put me at 54. And then we're going to put 5 points here. So that's going to put me at what, 59? So then we're only going to get 1 point in deflection, and that'll round out the build. I mean, for stats with my build, Marvin, it's basically stamina strength. Since you went with divine strength here, the more strength you have, the better this talent is. So you're going stamina and strength, pretty much almost. You can see here, 151 strength, 222 stamina. You don't. I mean, people are going to tell you that you have a hard time with mana, but there's ways to really compensate for that. So. I still need these scraps of metal. But, you know, you can get the demon runes by killing the demons, and those, you know, sacrifice health for mana. Those, you're going to want to stock those up. You're going to want mana potions. You're going to want food, you know, whether it's Nightfin soup here, 8 mana every 5 seconds. You're going to want maybe brilliant mana oil. You know, anything you can do to recoup your mana. You're obviously going to want to stock a lot of mana potions in your inventory at all times. He coming in hot. I thought he wanted that ore. I guess not. I do need these guys, so let's just go ahead and kill these guys. I need these guys for a low level. Well, not this low level, but. We do have a caster here, right?
Yeah. Lovely.
Okay, good. He can loot and I can still get the item. So I don't have to change it for free for all here. I should be judging all these guys with wisdom. The light. Okay, how are we doing? We just need 3 more.
Lovely.
Alright, now let's go ahead and slide over towards our Drake hearts here. I feel like I missed the path, sorry. I missed the opening here. I'm a noob. There's some ore up here. Let's see what it is. Yeah, mithril.
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah, he's saying that it goes over the top. Yeah. Good old blizzard. We can get off these little ones. You know what? Let's kill these anyway. I'm gonna throw up fires. He's not hitting the ore anymore, I guess because his inventory's full? I don't really know. Oh, I knew he needed skill. I just didn't know if he... Because for some reason he didn't hit the last gold mine. Maybe that wasn't a skill up, I guess. Now what you want to do here too is you want to grab the lower level ones here, like the 43, that's pretty good. You can also just heal. The beauty of healing. Let's get a little bit of mana. This is heal aggro. I'm tanking by healing. Let's see. Actually, let's get him with Crusader. I generate more threat with Crusader. With Crusader judged. Yeah, there's a flame sack at least. You see Miska's got the threat meter installed. That's why we can see my threat versus his in the classic threat meter. You can probably put it on, I don't think it'll matter if we put it on, I really don't know if it'll matter if I put it on, you know, like free-for-all or not. I don't know if it'll matter for this or not. Wait. Oh, still. I'm not sure we've seen druthers. Oh. Yeah, he's completed already. The light. So we're 87, 92. Shield's still up. Mark of the Chosen. I want to see if my heal generates any. Guess not. Reckoning. See there it said Reckoning. You can see it was 2 hits. Because it'll tell me. If I get the Reckoning, I'll be able to see if it's 1 or 2 just by looking at the white damage on the right side of my screen. On the right side of my character here. Where'd the mage go? Because I'm hurting here. Oh, there he is. You think so? Next dragon, huh? Alright, we'll find out. I hope so. It usually takes me on anywhere from 15 to 20 at least. Sometimes I've gotten lucky and gotten it off like the third of these elites, but the last time I did this quest, it took quite a few of them. There again, it was 2 hits. I did 177 damage there.
Lovely.
No, Ken was wrong. You're wrong, Ken. Sorry, buddy. 113. He's talking about my little sprite darter here. It does take a little while to do that. Wow. You see the threat jump? Like when I juzzed, I got threat, but as soon as he hit him with a frostbolt, man. We're not even getting flame sacks. Even getting flame sacks for Dragon with Chili is a pain in the butt on this server, man. One thing I've noticed, Ken, is the drop rates and stuff on this server is not as good as it was on the private servers. So getting, loot and different things is a lot more difficult. Oh, that was a crit heal. Huge heal. I'm not sure which dragon he's talking about. There is a 51 that sits around here, but I don't see him. Maybe he's not going to invite it. What does he got? Which auras he got up? There we go. Yeah, he's already got fire resist up. Which one are they targeting? Okay. I took a mana potion. I should be able to get threat if this guy. Maybe. Yeah, I was gonna say I should be able to get threat. Reckoning. Nah, that didn't work. There you go. I'm not sure why they needed these guys, but.
Lovely.
What were you thinking the same thing yesterday, Ken? I missed that because I was doing this tank business. I am going to put it on, since he did, I'm going to put it on free for all. Let's see if we can expedite this a little bit. Regarding the loot drop rate, yeah, I definitely think the loot drop, like the dungeon rate, like swords in the dungeons aren't dropping as quick, which makes sense, and just loot drop in general doesn't seem as good. But I'm happy about that. I mean, it's frustrating because I played private servers the past 3 years, and you know I'm so used to kind of getting what I want, you know, and but that's not the way original vanilla World of Warcraft was, you know. Well, Mark of the Chosen. Yes, Dragonheart always is kind of a pain. I've only gotten lucky that one time where I killed 3 of these and got it. Every other time I've done this quest, which has only been about 4 or 5 times, it just always takes quite a while. I've gotten it off the Whelplings a couple times, and then I've gotten it off these elites, you know, a couple other times. Big yawn. wanted to get that off before you. Hibernal boots. Good warlock boots, I guess. Reckoning. We can also look at the here, and you can see Reckoning, but we only got one swing, or it looks like. It's hard to say there. Reckoning. See, I'm telling you there, Reckoning, I only got one swing. I only saw one swing anyway. Alright, Ken, I'll see you when you get on.
You were screwed.
Oh, we're getting green items. How many people do I even have in the stream? I haven't really been paying attention. Actually doesn't show on this window. On my other laptop, it doesn't really show. Let me get some mana. Hold on 1 second. 11 people. Yeah, we've been losing interest in Classic WoW. I gotta be honest, my stream's been getting less and less popular. Maybe my streams just suck, but I mean, I think in general, there's just not quite as much interest, excuse me, in Classic as there was. Again, there's a Reckoning, and I only saw one damage number come up, so... That's the one thing with the Reckoning, is to me, that's a bug. I mean, if you get Reckoning, you should always get 2 hits. But from what I saw in that video, and from what I'm seeing on my screen here, I don't always get 2 hits. Maybe one of them's missing. Maybe, like, the ones... Because I don't have mixed scrolling battle text showing my misses, I don't think. So I probably should turn that on if I really want to get right down to it.
You were screwed.
Yeah, I cannot get this damn dragon heart. I hate logging out, losing all this water. I think it's going to cost me 3 or 4 gold to train mining up to, so that I can go up to 300. I think it's like it used to be, honestly. I know they made it easier as each version of WoW came out, like Burning Crusade and Cataclysm. There were more and more ores nodes, and the timers respawn on were shorter. So I think that the way the ore is right now is the way it originally was, because I remember doing thorium that for sure back in 2004, and I think it was 2005, and I remember it being a total bitch, like really difficult to get thorium. Man, no scrap metal. Yeah, Tim, I don't know how to layer hop outside of having someone like in a different layer invite me to a group. Is there another way to do it? And Tim, I wanted to apologize to you yesterday. You actually had said a lot of comments at the end of the stream that I didn't see because sometimes the stream doesn't refresh sometimes, and I have to scroll the scroll bar up and down to get it to refresh. And so I missed like your last like 4 or 5 comments. But I did, so I missed when you were saying sit, stand, sit, stand. But I do want to say that I went after that and I went out and looked at a video one guy was talking about for doing reckoning, and I even created the exact same macro he said to create, which was this macro right here: sit, start attack, stop attack, sit. And he was just spamming that over and over again. He was showing in his video how doing that he was getting a lot of reckoning procs. Well, I tried it and I got none. I got no reckoning procs. So I'm wondering if they either patched it Or I don't know. And he was on a classic server. Yeah, and he was on a classic server. And that was, unless I did it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was exactly what he had. He had sit, because when you start attack, you're going to stand, right? You know what I mean? Like here, I'll show you. I'll go ahead and do it right now. Go macro. We're going to drag this down and put it on my auto attack bar, right? So if I go up to this mob, let's grab one, I don't want to get two. If I go up to this mob here, I'm going to sit, right? But when I start attack, I'm going to stand up. Now see, I got Reckoning there. But only once. Now in his video, he was getting it a lot more than that. Now he was just hitting the button over and over again like this. He was just spamming it, and you can see I'm getting critically hit. You saw those critical hits on the left. There's a Reckoning, 2 hits, see 2 hits. But only 2 Reckonings. He was getting them a lot more than that. And the problem I have with doing this is, one, it looks stupid. And I've never been a fan of having my character, you know, sitting and standing constantly over and over. I think it looks dumb. It just kind of bugs me, to be honest. I think it's a weird mechanic. And the other thing is, you're sitting and standing and you're getting critically hit. I mean, you're taking a lot of damage because you're letting someone critically hit you over and over again to try to maybe get Reckoning to proc once or twice out of maybe, like right there, I probably got critically hit 4 times, maybe 5 times, and I only saw 2 Reckonings. So, and also you have to remember, I'm a protection paladin, so it's not like my one-handed weapon's going to do massive damage. I mean, it's going to do some, you know. What's this guy? Ooh. I don't think I'll be able to take out a 45 rare plus. I'll probably kick my butt. Oh, you need mana. Alright, we'll try. I don't have any buff food, though. Let me go. But yeah, so in his video, Tim Tom, he was sitting and standing like I was, but he was getting a lot of Reckoning procs. Like a lot more than what I'm getting. And right there, I actually got 2, but I get him anyway, right? The other thing he showed in his video, which I thought was really interesting, is that with the weapon swing timer, if you're, the Reckoning is procking off of your auto attacks. Not like, you know what I mean? So if you're at the end of your auto attack and Reckoning procs, it clips your Reckoning. So you actually only get, even though it says Reckoning, you're only getting 1 attack. You're not getting the bonus. And he showed that in his video. So that just shows you right now that Reckoning in general is buggy as fuck, right? So, and I see that on mine, because I have a trigger to go off when Reckoning procs. And you'll see the trigger go off a lot of times where you'll see the white text to the right of my character that's showing my damage from my melee hits. And you'll see Reckoning sometimes, and also there'll be one single number, like 67 damage. Then you'll see a Reckoning where it'll say Reckoning 2 hits, or it'll say Reckoning and you'll see 2 quick numbers scroll. I don't know why sometimes it says 2 hits, and sometimes it doesn't. But, so that, I agree with him. I think that is happening, where even though it says Reckoning, a lot of times I'm not really getting that. I don't know if I can kill this guy or not. He's not doing much. He's doing a little bit of damage to me. Let's see if I can stun him. That'll help. Oh, no. We don't want to get... Oh, no. Don't get all these ads. Jesus. No, don't freeze him in place. We're trying to get this guy, and all of a sudden, the one rare pat that you know... And now he's got... Shit, now he's got threat. Mind combat? Yeah, I can't mount. I'm going to switch to Crusader here and judge him with Crusader and attempt to get as much threat as I can. Alright. Oh, I still have the wrong macro. Let's put the right one in. Oh, this guy's a pushover. Yeah. This guy, yeah. Plus, I can stun him with my hammer, which makes him even... Anytime hammer can stun, it makes him really easy. And you get the Royal Gown of the Eagle, 13th Sauceral Greed. But, Yeah, it does. No, you're right. It does. I mean, think about it, right? Yeah, and it's your teabag key. You're right. It's exactly the same keybind, Tim. You're right. It's that sitting and standing and sitting and standing. And I've got to finish the scrap metal quest. But I've got but I've been playing around with that macro, and I haven't seen it giving me like a ton of reckoning procs. And now it could be timing. It could be based on a lot of different things, but looking at his video and then testing using the exact same macro he's using, it just did not seem to be working as well for me as it was for him. Now let's try it again, right? So let's go. Right. So sit. Now he's just hitting the key over and over again. Right. There's a crit, no reckoning. There's a crit, no reckoning. And you can see I'm sitting and standing. Right. Parry, There's a reckoning one. And that you can see 2 hits. There's another reckoning. So, and that one might have been 2 hits. It's really hard to tell. If we look at the combat log, reckoning, so you gain 1 extra attack from reckoning, and you see there that was definitely an extra attack. Cause see, I had 87, 98, 102. Well, it's hard to say. Yeah, see, because usually it says melee swing 88, and then I'll see like melee swing, and then I'll see something else like seal of light or something, or I don't know. It's hard to tell. So we had 2 reckonings there, but I could use my swing timer. Well, it could be timing based on what you're waiting. Like you said, you're waiting for the enemy to swing as you're sitting, right? Is that right? You're waiting for the enemy to swing right as you sit? Let's try it. I mean, if I can get it to work, it's definitely worth using in certain situations, but I'm just going to tell you I don't like it. I think it looks stupid, and I think it's kind of annoying. I mean, if you can get it to work, I can see certain situations where I would like to use it because, yeah, I mean, if I can kill mobs faster, yeah, it's going to be nice. So let's go to my add-ons here. Not there. Let's go add-ons. Well, actually, that is it. I'm sorry, because I think I turned it off. Now the swing timer is for the enemy, right? Let the mob hit me, then sit. And on the next hit, you stand. So you want me to let the mob hit me. All right, hold on a second. Interface. So you want me to let him hit me. Let the mob hit you, then sit. And on the next hit, you stand. All right. So let him hit me, then sit. So that's easy enough to do. Sit. But see, the way my macro is, it doesn't really, like, if the mob hits me, right? If the mob hits me, okay, so let me wait. He hits me, hit, I sit. Now, I stand up automatically because of the way this macro is, right? This macro is saying sit, then start attack. So let's do it this way. So if we want to do it the way you're saying it, we can do, we'd actually, let's just do this real quick. We have to change the macro. We'd have to go in and say, instead of start attack, we would just say sit and stand. Or not. Well, sit, really. And then we'd have to have almost like another macro that says stand. I mean, this is just sit. How about this? Let's do this. Let's make this stand. And then I've already got a key bound to sit. Okay, so here's sit. And then the macro should make me stand. See? Okay, so there we go. Well, I don't have a teabag key. I'm not the kind of person who teabags people, dude. Now, is your teabag key, what is it? Tell me what your macro is for your teabag key. Is it just /sit/stand? Well, here, let me go up to a mob, right? And I'm going to hit him. Okay. He hits me, I sit. He hits me again, I stand. He hits me, I sit. I stand. I sit. I stand. You know, I'm not getting no reckonings here, so am I doing something wrong? Teabag is your normal key to sit. Okay, so you just want me to keep hitting that. There you go. We did proc a redoubt, but still no reckoning. There's a reckoning. But of course I'm not swinging right now. See? Because you're just sitting and standing without it being in attack mode. Let me put it in attack mode. There's 2 crits. But see, now you're not in attack mode again. So then you're going back to the macro. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Where's my other one? So then what we want to do is do my start attack here. So we can sit. It's not working. I mean, I can just sit here and spam sit, and I'm not even getting, you know, it's not procking it out. There. See, it's not worth it, dude. At the end of the mob attack, I stand. Again, Tim, if you can show me a video where someone does it consistently. I saw a video where a guy did it consistently, and he had a macro. He showed me his macro. I created the exact same macro. I used it, and it didn't work. So, like I said, they may have patched it to some degree. I don't know. You're saying at the end of their attack. So let's do this. At the end of their attack, stand. But remember, you still have to be attacking. Okay, let's do this. We'll attack this guy, right? I don't know. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just too janky. It's too janky. Okay, I don't have to attack right here. Look, I can go to a mob, just left click them, right? And just sit, right? I'm just sitting. I'm just doing the teabag like you said, right? See, there's reckoning. But so it does work. So yeah, so it does proc reckoning. The question is, how many charges do I have, right? Now if I... Oh, see, it does work. There you go. See, so there it works. So we could... Okay, so it does work. Weird. But how come when I tried it before, it didn't work? Oh, you know why it didn't work before? It's because I wasn't spamming the key. I was doing this. I was just sitting. See, and it doesn't proc it. If you just sit and leave, and it doesn't proc it. But if you spam it, then it, for some reason, it does. Well, what I can do... Yeah, I've actually installed that before. Okay, so it's useful in that we can stack up the reckoning charges, right? It's still janky, dude. It's still janky. I don't like it. I wish I didn't have to do that, you know? But, so let's try it. I mean, well, you can see, I think if you saw... Here, let me show you something here real quick. I think I saw the charges on the actual window. Check this out, all right? There. Well, no, that's just redoubt. Okay, that's just redoubt. I'm sorry. Well, we know we were. I mean, I know I should have 2, right? 2.
Lovely.
It's still janky, man. And by doing this, if I'm in a group pulling like 5 mobs, it's not going to work that well. Because while I'm fucking around trying to build up rec charges here, I'm getting hit by 4 other mobs. See, and here it's again. It's not. I'm doing the teabag thing. You know what I mean? And it's still only proc reckoning twice. I know. If you have you tried it? Have you tried it? Because I'm telling there's okay. Okay, so we had 5 hits, 1 crit. It's possible that it's also possible that my reckoning isn't showing. I need the rec counter add-on because I think what's happening is my trigger isn't properly showing the amount of the recs showing up. So let's just count the crits. There's 1, 2. Okay, there's 3 crits, and there was 3 hits. Okay. I mean, this is gonna require a lot more testing. But I mean, I don't like it. I don't really like this. I think it's kind of stupid, to be honest. I mean, it's okay for single target, right? Oh well, I did hit him up, but here let's. All right, so that's just a regular crit. I don't know if I can get crit when I've got my Uthers light up. Yeah, so that should be 1. Yeah, 3 hits.
Lovely.
It's okay for single targets. It's okay for single targets, dude, but it's not going to be good for when I'm doing AoE and like 6, 7, 8 mobs, because I can't sit there and sit down against 6, 7, 8 mobs. I'm going to get my ass whooped. You know what I mean? So again, I just don't see. I don't understand why people get so revved up about reckoning. Oh, it's so awesome! I get all these charges. I'm gonna go around. I mean, maybe for PvP, but if someone's sitting in front of me in PvP, I'm not gonna attack them. Now, I guess if it's multiple mobs and you sit, you might get 5 charges instantly. But it's really going to break up. It's really going to break up the synergy, the rotations that I have. You know what I mean? As far as getting up giving up different seals, getting up consecrate. There's all kinds of things, that I like to do. And if I'm sitting here fucking around with sit, it's just janky, man. I just don't like it. I just think it's like basically kind of like a hack. It's not really playing the game the way it was meant to be played. And honestly, if I was Blizzard, I'd patch the shit out of that. And I would prevent players from doing it because it's just stupid. I honestly think it's dumb. You know what I mean? I just think it's straight up stupid. Well, we'll try it. We'll see, like, if I pull 4 or 5 miles, what happens? Does it... Isn't there a vendor here? We'll see if how quick the reckoning charges get out. But, yeah, like you said, I'll install, like, a rec counter or something. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I guess, I mean, so you're saying they're using it for damage in like what, like an instance? I don't see it as useful for a protection paladin as for like a ret. For a ret paladin, I can see it being a lot more useful. Because if you're getting 5 swings off with a big 2-handed slow weapon, yeah, you're going to crush things, But when I've got like the, 1-hand weapon, it's going to do more damage. Maybe I'll do 300 as opposed to, 100. But during that time, I forced 3 crits on myself. Well, actually, in that scenario, it would be 2 crits because you're going to have the regular swing plus 2 additional. So I forced 2 crits on myself. I may be taking twice as much damage or a lot more damage in those, to proc those 2 rexes than I would normally take. I don't know. I'll play around with it, and we'll see. Why is it requires a forge? Right here. Right here. What do you think this is? But yeah, I'll have to play around with it, dude. Mommy. No, you don't need all the 5 charges. I mean, if, let's say I pull like 5 raptors, and I sit a couple times, there's a good chance I might get like 3 or 4 charges right away because I'm getting hit by. Isn't there? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I guess not, because really only. I mean, I'd have to be getting crit by like all of them at once. Anyways, it's 2:27 a.m. So yeah, yeah. Which. So what he was trying to do was get with that macro that he created. What he was trying to do was get the wreck, but then use the wreck. He was trying to get the reckonings out. So, right. So sit, start attack. Because what he was saying in the video I watched, Tim, is that you couldn't. Is that if you were actually attacking, that's what's preventing you from getting the wreck. So like if you're not attacking, you're just doing, like you said, the teabag, you're just sitting over and over again, but you're not attacking, that's when you're getting your actual reckoning. But if I was actually in attack mode, you know, my start attack was on, and I was sitting, I wouldn't get it. So you want to sit, wait, so if a mob has 2-second attack speed, you sit after it hits you. Then stand right before it hits you the next time, right? So you want me to stand right before it hits me the second time. Well. When I try that, it doesn't seem to work. But if I just keep hitting it.
Lovely.
I don't know, if he hits me, then I sit. There, if he hits me, he missed, actually. Three hits. Yeah, it's tough. Well, like you said, mob hits me. All right, let's see. Mob hits me, I sit. But as soon as he hits me, I stand, right? So it's pretty fast. You have to, like, sit, stand. Like that. Sit, stand. You're almost standing almost immediately. Otherwise, he's just going to hit me and force me to stand, right? Or I could just, say fuck all that shit and just kill him the normal way. And save my finger the trouble. No, I was looking at that. I was looking at it, dude. I'm doing exactly what you say. Look, I'm not attacking. You said when he hits me, sit, and then stand before we hit the timer. Okay, so hit, sit. Well, now it's, I don't have him targeted, so I couldn't see the bar, but he hits me, I sit, and then I stand right before his main hand, you know, before his swing comes back.
Lovely.
Right? That's what you said. You said sit when he hits you, and then stand right before his attack comes. Now, are you talking about that attack or the next one? Sit, and then I got to stand before that the red bar fills all the way across because it finishes. Sit, stand. Now, I could wait, or he could hit me. I could sit and wait till the next attack, but by then he's already hit me again, and of course that forces me to stand. See what I'm saying? Anyways, it's if you watch the video, there's videos out there on this, and I've watched them. And none of them are telling me, the ones I've watched don't say what you're saying. They're not saying sit and then try to time it. I mean, well, they say that you can time it, of course. But the one I watched, he created the macro. He created this macro, you know. He created this macro. And he just basically just spammed this over and over again. Right? He went up to a mob. And he literally just spammed this macro. But as you can see, this, you know, on his video when I watched it, it kind of worked, but...
Lovely.
See there, reckoning. But look how much damage I'm taking. See how much damage I'm taking by doing this? I'm taking a shit ton of damage. Like way more than I would normally, right? Way more than I would normally. So, but that's what he said. And in his video, it looked like it was working. But as you can see right here, it's not really working. You know? No, I'm not. That's what you... This is why I'm getting pissed off. I'm doing exactly what you say to do. When the mob hits me, I sit. Before he swings again, right before his swing goes off, I stand. And I'm not it's not doing anything. Sometimes it does, but it still seems like RNG. Right? It still seems like RNG. It's not a guaranteed. You know? You say, look, I'll do it one more time, and then I don't want to talk about it anymore because I think it's bullshit. I go up to the mob. He hits me, I sit, I stand. Right? I just did it. Okay, watch. He hits me. Right there, I sit. I stand up again. I start the stand before he finishes the hit. Because even if I don't stop, if I don't start that stand, he's going to hit me, and that's going to make me stand. So that's the only way to do it the way you're saying. And as you can see, I got no fucking reckonings off of that. So again, I'll tell you what, if you can do it, create a video. You know what I mean? What'd you say? Redemption on your... Redemption on your blog is my IRL friend? I don't know. Like I said, if you can, I tell you what, Tim, if you can create a video and do it consistently, and upload it to YouTube or upload it somewhere and show it to me, you know, or I can go Google some more videos of people doing it. But again, I think it's a stupid mechanic. I think it's gay. I think it's basically kind of hacking around basically what is flawed code on Blizzard's part. Reckoning is broken in my opinion. It's completely broken. You can get Reckoning procs where you're not even getting an extra swing, but it's proc and Reckoning. Oh, we have the same battle tag? Yeah. I mean, Reckoning's pretty much broken, and people are just trying anything they can to kind of basically cheat their way into extra Reckoning procs, you know? And I don't really understand why people think it's that great. I mean, maybe for some extra damage, but you're sacrificing like it's in any case, it's going to be a hell of a lot better for Rep Paladin than it's going to be for Protection Paladin. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot better for Rep Paladin. For me, as a Protection Paladin with a one-handed weapon, it's not that great. It's okay. It's like, oh, I stacked up a few extra, hits, Yeah, I get frustrated with it because I can't tell you how many times on classic servers people are like, why aren't you using Reckoning? Why aren't you using Reckoning? It's so awesome. And I'm like, and I laugh. I've actually seen guys in PvP go up to somebody and start sitting. And the rogue or whoever they're attacking laughs at him and walks away. This is why the fuck do I want to hit you if you're sitting? Because you're just trying to stack Reckoning products. Do you think I'm stupid? You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. So the whole point, one of the whole points that I'm trying to make is I killed this mob pretty quickly, and my health is 99%. If I sit there and start spamming sit, right, to get Reckoning, I really don't think I would have killed him that much faster, and I guarantee I would have had a hell of a lot less health. Yeah, well, and I've said that. I've talked about that before multiple times in my stream, that Reckoning could be good for me because I'm killing like 6, 7 mobs at a time. So of course I'm going to get critically hit because there's so many mobs hitting me, right? But yeah. Anyways, I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. I just think it's kind of a silly mechanic. I think it looks stupid. I think it's clunky. I don't think it works very well. I've never seen anybody show me any consistent use of it where it looks to me like you're in control of it. It's too based on timing, like you said. Now you can work out the timing and get it really good. But honestly, is that what you want to do? Fucking sit around sitting all the time trying to proc something? What if your timing's off one day? Because you're not always going to be, you're not always going to be dead on balls accurate every time, right? I just don't understand why people think it's that great. But again, for rep, maybe it's it's probably pretty good, but it's not going to work in PvP. No one's going to sit there and attack you if you're doing that. No one in their right mind is going to attack you if you're trying to do that. So, like you said, it's probably just for people trying to do damage in what, like a raid. I get, you know what I mean? Control hide bag. 14 slaughter, right? Yeah. Yeah, well, it may work in PvP for some people. It wouldn't work against me. I would laugh if somebody tried to do that to me. Besides, I wouldn't even fight a rep paladin. I'd probably just be like, whatever. We'll see when the battlegrounds come out, man. We'll see what happens when battlegrounds come out. I probably won't be doing. I mean, I'll be doing battlegrounds on Cute, but I'm definitely gonna be doing battlegrounds on other characters as well. I mean, I'll be doing them on my hunter, and I'll be doing them probably on my priest. But I'll probably rolling the priest as a healer and just healing everybody so we can win the battleground. But I've done a lot of PvP, dude. A lot of arena. I think I've logged over like like 40,000 or some. They don't have the stats anymore. They used to have them up there, but I was in, like 40,000 arena matches I've played or something ridiculous. 71 silver, 1.1 gold. Yeah, I mean, I've done a shit ton of arena matches. I stopped raiding in World of Warcraft after Lich King. And then all I did was pretty much play PvP. I only played WoW for PvP after that. So that's all I did, I've got the achievement. I don't know if they had, I mean, I've got the achievement for the 250,000, honorable kills, but I've done like way more than that. I'm probably at like 500 or 750,000 or something ridiculous. But I don't think they even show that anymore. Yeah, hey Tim, I saw in the auction house, I saw some people had a few throwing pieces in there. I don't have the recipes yet. Well, I'm not a blacksmith anyway, but I did see some pieces in there. Let's take a look. Let's pull a few here, right? This is always a good spot to get quite a few mobs. Let's focus on this guy, actually.
Lovely.
Ah, you bastard. Go and run away with your bad self.
Lovely.
Yeah, they are expensive. I saw that. They were going for pretty high prices.
Lovely.
Die, you chanter.
You were screwed.
Yes, I am. Only the default. You don't know why your voices don't work? Well, really? You mean... Oh, so you just... Yeah, well, what you need to do, Tim, is go to... The key for me to get it to work right was, like, for the heal, like, when I have on my True Silver Breastplate procs heal, if I go to conditions, usually it's going to be like an ore application, right? This one's a heal, so my chest piece proc is a heal. It's going to proc a heal, right? It's got an internal proc. Recipient is equal to player. What really made these work for me was I had to say is like Like when I used to use mixed scrolling battle text in like Wrath of the Lich King, I usually would just say is equal to, and I would give it the exact parameter, like self-healing. But it doesn't work for some reason on this. So like if you look at the log here, now I'm looking for self-heal. Here, see self-healing? Normally, you'd just be like, oh, that's the parameter, self-healing, but it's not working. So the thing that I changed to get it to work was to put is like self-healing. So it must not be quite self-healing, but it's close enough that it's able to match it up and get it to work. So let's try something here. Let's get like 3 of these in. Let's... I mean, so we can still proc Reckoning. It's weird. But... So... But, like I said, it doesn't really work for the way I play because it's going to force me to take too much damage. Well, I would have to know more information. When you say the sound that you choose to play does not play, you're saying like... I mean... Hold on a second. Only default sounds. So like, and I know what you mean by default sounds. You mean like low health. So like this one, like low mana works for you. Like low mana, like if you turn this on and your mana gets low, it plays, it plays that guy, right? So one of the things you can do is look at it and see, okay, well, it's power change, threshold. So these are different because it's like saying power type is mana, unit ID is you, and the threshold is less than 35% health, right? But it just varies on what you're trying to set it up. Like Mark of the Reckoning is a proc off of my trinket. The Reckoning here, this is an effect off of a talent. So you just have to make sure you have the right things. Like for Reckoning, it's an extra attack. The event is extra attack. You're always going to have source unit affiliation is equal to you generally. Most of the things affect you, right? And then, skill name is... Now, the key here is skill name is like Reckoning. Because if you say skill name is equal to Reckoning, it won't work. But if I say skill name is like Reckoning, it does work then. So that's the one thing I could say is make sure you make it is like. But it didn't take me very long to get the sounds to work. And then you can, load in your own, right? If you go to custom media here, see, I've added these sounds,
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Lovely.
You were screwed.
So I've loaded those in, right? But the way I play, because I like to AoE, Reckoning for me really proccing it on purpose or trying to proc it on purpose, I don't think is a good idea because I take too much damage. Now, is Reckoning a good ability for my talent build? I'm still up in the air on that. It does do more damage. You'll see Reckoning proc fairly frequently, but it's so much RNG based. Would it be better to just get rid of those points in Reckoning? Because if I get rid of those points in Reckoning, you know where they're going to go. Those 4 points in Reckoning right here would go into deflection. I'd have a 4% greater chance of deflection, which is a lot. That's 4%. So that's going to increase my parry chance by 4%, which is a lot, to be honest. But the thing that I like about Reckoning is that it's a chance to occur, you know, like if I'm getting an extra swing, it gives me a bit way to give me more chances to get healing back. So, yeah, I think in an AOE build it should work out pretty well. But I still need to probably get, you know, I still have a lot more testing to do on it. Let's just go ahead and hit level 48 because we're so damn close. Now I got to use the restroom. Yeah, sorry if I get snippy, but you can't imagine, Tim, how many people I've had argue with me about Reckoning. You know, I mean, I can't believe how many times on private servers people are like, "Why aren't you using Reckoning? Why aren't you using Reckoning?" You know, it just got to the point where I was like, this isn't how I play this character, you know. But 27, 77, 80, 90, 100, 160, 170. So yeah, I've pretty much worked out that the Uther's Strength bubble absorbs about 175 damage. Now, I think it can absorb more than that, but it depends. Yeah, Reckoning was really broken on the private servers. Like, anytime you sit, you're going to proc it, so it was super easy to proc. Yeah, same thing. I mean, if we're doubt procs, Reckoning's procking, right?
Lovely.
You and your damn bubbles, dude. You and your damn bubbles. Oops.
Lovely.
But you can see, Ken, the combination of Mark of the Chosen with Uther's works pretty well. But yeah, I don't know. It works pretty well. I think that's the guy I was looking at, dude. Hey, Water. I think Rex Troll. I'm almost 100% that's the guy I was looking at. Yeah, and I watched his whole... He's got a couple videos on it. Yeah, this is the guy. That is the guy. He's got a video called Insane Reckoning Trick 2 hits for each proc, and he's got Reckoning Macro 6 hits in 1 second. But in those videos, he creates, like... Here, hold on a second. Hold on a second. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do something here. But yeah, that was the guy I was looking at. All right, so you guys should begin to see my video here, video here in a second. So if you're looking at, I think it's this one.
In this video, I'm going to show you a really amazing way to use Reckoning to get up to 2 additional hits. It is also a way to make Paladins a bit more fun to play, since you will have way more to manage. So Reckoning is a talent that makes it so after you suffer a critical hit, you'll get a free swing. This can even be stored by letting mobs crit on you, and then later unleash it upon players, the so-called Reckoning Bomb. However, it doesn't actually grant you an additional hit. It only makes you complete your current swing.
Yep.
So depending on where you are on the swing timer, it can be anything from nothing to a complete additional hit. For example, if you're at the start of a new swing, getting a proc makes you instantly attack again, which is a great value. Having it proc at the end of a swing pretty much makes it useless. Even if you're healing yourself and get crit during it, it won't save. If you're out of range trying to hit someone, it won't save the proc for when you get into melee range either, it seems.
Again, it just, Reckoning to me seems broken.
But then the question is, how are you able to store it if it doesn't seem to get stored?
Good question.
Sometimes when I'm healing myself, I would have additional hits after my heal, and sometimes I wouldn't. After testing, it seems to be having auto attack activated is the thing that makes it unable to store any charges, since it simply wants to finish your current hit. Look here against the Warlock when I'm not having auto hit activated. It would give me 3 hits. And that is where the trick lies. Turning off auto attack is the best way to increase your damage with Reckoning. You see, even if we stop auto hitting, our swing timer is reduced. We are able to simply double tap the auto hit button.
But see, I had this problem, and you saw that when I didn't have auto attack on and I was just sitting, I was storing up the Reckoning charges, right? When I wasn't attacking, I just was not targeting me and just sitting. I was getting Reckoning charges stored. But as soon as I go up to a mob and start attacking the mob and then start sitting, it doesn't work as well, and that's exactly what he's saying right here.
When the swing is supposed to happen, and we lose no damage at all. Even if Judgment were to activate auto hit automatically, we can simply turn it off. Whenever we're not auto hitting, and just simply hitting, all the Reckoning procs will truly grant us a complete free hit. Look here, for example. Now, this all sounds really amazing, right? But it's actually
not
even
really.
better.
It doesn't sound that
amazing.
amazing.
When Reckoning is active, it still wants to reduce your swing time to 0. What I mean by that is, if you get crit when you're not auto-hitting, and try to hit right after, you will instantly attack twice. Once for the stored Reckoning, and once for the swing timer being reduced to 0. So this makes you able to hit a target 3 times in a row with a single Reckoning proc. If you're lucky and finish a normal swing, get critted right after, and then unleash the stored Reckoning.
So
Depending on where on the swing timer you are, a Reckoning...
This is all great and dandy, but good luck trying to time that. Good luck trying to say, well, especially in PvP when you have a warrior charge in. And remember, certain things are going to proc faster than others. You can't always anticipate or even know how fast swings are going to be coming at you based on what the weapon swing of his weapon he's using, maybe the type of attack he's using, maybe latency. There's so many factors that go into this. And sure, it's easy to do it on when he goes up to a bunch of mobs, like some raptors here, and they all have the same attack speed, and he plays around with it for a couple seconds. Yeah, he can figure it out. He can time it. But in PvP scenarios, it's not going to be that easy. And he even says that in this video. He says in PvP, it won't be that easy to do that.
Proc is then worth 1 to 2 free hits. This will truly melt rogues and other classes in PvP, especially when especially when they get a higher crit rating at higher levels. All we have to do is to be skilled with our tapping on the auto hit, to make sure we lose no swing time. Enjoy.
And actually, this is the video where he doesn't talk about it, but there's another video where he talks about creating the macro. It's the... Here, I'll show you. It is... this one.
Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to showcase a few of swings.
I'm looking for the actual here.
Use.
And here you go. Sit, start attack, stop attack, sit. This is the macro he says to use. And that's the exact same one I created. And basically, He's just spamming the key over and over again. He's not trying to time it. He's just basically spamming the key.
Stand up again and start the attack. It will make you able to get reckoning charges as well.
Now, if you watch
All you
it,
have to do is just spam this macro.
see, he's spamming it.
Most
See?
of the time you will get a crit, but also gain a reckoning charge. However, sometimes you will get crit and not gain any. And sometimes you won't get crit at all. The macro is pretty much sacrificing defense for offense.
So that's basically what what he says. What he says to do. He recommends create this macro, which I've done. And when I use it, I don't get that much reckoning with it. It doesn't work very well. So, anyways, everybody always has these grand ideas, and they work in theory, and they work in those examples. But in real world situations in PvP, I dare you to really, you're going to be able to pull it off sometimes, of course. Especially the more you play around with it, the better you get for sure, right? But it's just, it's not something I choose to do. I find it to be too janky, too clunky, and just, I really don't think it's worth my time, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I tried that macro, and I've tried your way, Tim Tom, too. And I mean, we see that the reckonings do get procced when you're just sitting constantly. I go up to this guy, right, and I just stand here, right. Okay, and he swings. I sit. I stand. I'm not getting crit, right. I dodge, sit. Now let's say I just spam it over and over again. This is where I was getting a few reckoning charges. Like there's a crit, because the numbers that show up on the left, these big like -51, that's a crit. And the -49, that's a crit. I've been crit 4 times by my count, 5 times right now. Now my trigger only said that 1 triggered reckoning, so 6 crits. So you saw there I got crit. Oops, what was that? Oh, hold on a second. Oh, so when did I put my 6 demon bag in? I must have some. That's interesting. I didn't know I had that equipped. But you saw there that I got crit like 5 times, and only one of them even procced reckoning. So it is timing, maybe. I'm still not going to acquiesce and say it's 100% timing, because I've fucked around with enough to not. If you can do it every single time and record a video and show me, I'll believe you. But until I see that, I don't believe it's I don't believe it to be trustworthy. I don't believe it to be consistent enough to be worth doing. You know what I mean? I don't have any faith in it.
Lovely.
Yeah, I like proc sword as well for prod. I mean, what I like is the axe from BRD. It has the internal proc that heals you, and then I enchant it with life stealing, so that I'm getting a lot of healing coming back. And then I weapon swap. I put other weapons in that have different abilities. Yeah, yeah. You see, Jar, what I did there? Everybody talks about how great it is, but even in the video where he's showing you, even in the video where he shows you, it looks kind of good, but it's first you have to take into account it's a retribution paladin, right? So of course it's going to be better on rep, because he's going to hit so much harder and do so much more damage with that 2-hand weapon. Yeah, I know. That's what oh, you got that drop? That's actually what I'm using on my bracers right now. But even in that video, like, it's not like, I don't see it being like that amazing. And there's a place where he goes into like SM, Scarlet Monastery, and he's like fighting like 3 or 4 Scarlet Monastery mobs, and he's sitting with that macro that he created with the sit, start attack, stop attack, sit. And he's spamming that, and he kills the guy really fast, and then he dies. I'm like, that's great. You killed the guy really quick, and then you died. What good is that? You know what I mean? So you did more damage. You know what I mean? Who cares? The ultimate goal isn't for me to be top of the damage meters, guys. The ultimate goal for this build is to be as tanky, as hard to kill as I can be. That's the goal. To be tanky and hard to kill so that in any situation, I could take on as many mobs as possible and still come out on top. That is what this build is for. This build is for AoE farming and for being tanky. You know what I mean? It's not for doing damage. Now, you know, I do think the Reckoning is pretty cool. But if you watch in my combat log, you're going to see that it really doesn't proc a ton. Now, this mob is not that high enough level to really do it. Is another thing that's going to hurt that. So, anyways, I'm getting tired. I'm going to have to get to bed. Reckoning for red is not for Don John. Thanks, Ken. The animation sits in the inventory is full. Man, that's like the third one of these cloaks I've gotten. It's the third one of these I've gotten in the last 2 days. The pretty blue one. No, I am looking at the animation. You have to take into account the animation is just that. It's just the animation. Remember, these are just combat animations. All right? They really, once you hit the button, the computer, you're sending the signal to the server, which is already saying, okay, you're sitting. You know, like if you attack, like right, if I go in, like you guys really need to watch my friend's video on action combat. If you go in and attack, it's already over. The animation, a lot of times the hit's already been done before the animation even finishes. So there's a lot going on in that. So here, like watch.
Lovely.
I mean, look how far away he's hitting me. Look, I'm swinging. Look, this is what I love about WoW. I'm actually swinging at this guy, and yet I'm not even facing him, right? Wait, let's see if we can do it. There, right? See? My sword literally almost hit the wall behind me here. But anyway, so yeah, so the guy swings. According to what you said, Tim, you said let him hit me, then sit, and then stand before his next swing lands. Okay, so what? He hits me, I sit. You pretty much, and see there I stood, and then it procs Reckoning. You have to stand almost immediately, right? So, sit. See, so I did it twice successfully, right? Well, he didn't swing that time. And that time I didn't get it. My problem with it is, yeah, sure, if you can do it perfectly every time, but there I didn't get it again. And now if you see 3 hits, now one is my normal swing, so the 2 Reckonings that we saw did store 2 Reckoning charges. Again, big deal. Big fucking deal. I took all that damage just so I could get 2 extra sweat attacks that did like an extra, like maybe, you know, 160 damage. So to me, it's not even worth it. And all that time that I was doing that, I wasn't throwing down my consecration. I wasn't trying to, you know, maybe swap my seals and throw in a judgment. Anyways, I'm tired, dude. It's like 3 in the morning, and I gotta go to work tomorrow. Ah, shit, these fuckers.
Lovely.
were screwed. You were screwed.
I judge Seal of the Light. I use Seal of the Righteousness. I don't double up. I don't judge light and then throw up light. There's a reason for that back on the private servers, but unfortunately, it doesn't work that way in Classic. So, like, I'm not sure if that's what you're saying. Are you saying judge Seal of Light and then refresh Seal of Light? Like this? Here, I'll show you. Like, judge it with light and then refresh light. You're going to get more heals that way, but you're going to do less damage. That's something I haven't play tested that much, to be honest. And I do it sometimes when I'm really low on health, I'll do it. But on the private servers, the reason you use Seal of Righteousness is that you could get double heals off of it. You'd get a chance to proc the heal off the swing, and then off the extra damage, the holy damage from Seal of Righteousness, you would have another chance to proc the heal. So you'd get 2 heals. That doesn't work in Classic, you only get 1. Well, you get 2 if you have... You get 2 if you have Seal of Light up while you have Seal of Light off the target. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if I go up and judge this guy, right? If I judge him with Seal of Light, right, and I throw up Righteous, I'm only ever going to get 1 heal, right? Off of that. That's what I'm saying. Here, let me hit him so it doesn't drop off. No, and it did drop off. Fuck, of course I don't have enough fucking mana. But if you watch here, there's 1 heal, 34, right? I throw up Seal of Righteousness, 34. You're never going to see 2 heals come in. You're going to see 1 heal possibly come off of... Now, it looked like I might have got a heal off of the Flame Blast proc. It's hard to tell. But you'll never see him coming exactly off of 1 swing. You know what I mean? You know, you'll never see, like, 2 heals come from 1 swing of my weapon here. So, look here. I'm not getting any right now. He is judged with light. There, 1 heal. See? Now, if I throw up an, Seal of Light on me, I can possibly get 2, but it'll come up as 53 and 34. But on the private servers, you would get... I mean, on the private servers, I actually could swing once and get, like, 6 heals on me. Yeah, but Tim Tom, but the Seal of Righteousness does proc the heal on private servers. That's what's different. Yeah, and so that was something that I was surprised did on the private servers. But I never played a Protection Paladin in original vanilla. What's up, Taylor? Yeah, I did that on private server, and but I didn't play Protection Paladin in original vanilla, so I didn't know how it was supposed to. I didn't know how it was supposed to work. I was like, well, is this the way it's supposed to work? I had no idea. I mean, Protection Paladin was completely brand new to me on private servers. But what you're saying, Tim, is that I should, in big pulls, judge light on a target and then refresh light. Is that what you're saying? Yes, and that's true. Seal of the Righteous does proc the enchant more. Yeah. The additional holy damage from the Seal of Righteous has a chance to proc your internal proc on your weapon. Yeah, yes. And you'll see that a lot more. When I have Righteous up, I'm procking fire. Nice, Taylor. But what I usually do is I usually judge with light, and then I throw up Righteousness. Just because I do more damage, and I'm procking, like you said, I'm procking the fire more often with it. I rarely throw up light and then refresh my Seal of the Light. I almost always do it the way I'm doing right here. Now, what I will do sometimes is I'll throw up Wisdom. This is something I started doing just recently, though. I'll judge with light and actually throw up Wisdom. And what that enables me to do is throw in Consecration in rank 2. And the Consecration damage far outweighs the amount of damage my additional Righteous would do. So now I can throw up this big level 2 rank Consecration. And you'll see that by the time Consecration comes back up, I've already regened, quite a bit of mana, and I can just throw up another one. So in pools of 4, 5, 6 mobs, having a Seal of Wisdom actually is pretty good. Did I have a lot of rested? No. Well, the add-on for combat text that you should really use is probably mixed scrolling battle text because it's so customizable. Yeah, I mean I use Seal of Wisdom. If I have a lot of mobs pulled, I'll use Seal of Wisdom. I'll judge light so that I'm getting heals. Like here, look. I'm gonna judge light on this target. I'll throw up Seal of Wisdom, right?
Lovely.
Now I wish I had more mobs. I only have 2 here. But now watch, I'll throw Consecration rank 2. Now watch my mana pool. It's at 80%. By the time Consecration comes back up, let's see where it is. It's at 86%. Now it's back to 72%. So it will go down over time, but just having that Seal of Wisdom up, it helps me regen. Now when Consecration comes back up, it's at like 87%, right? The other thing that's kind of nice about that is you can swap. Like, since I have Seal of Wisdom up, when that first mob dies, I can just judge it. And I don't know the difference between having, like, I'm tired, guys. Sorry. So I'm going to judge this guy with light. I gotta wait. But the one thing that you'll find is that if you look at damage done, Consecration is always pretty. Like here, Red Ore is going to be up there. Seal of Righteousness. I haven't been doing a lot of Consecration in these fights. So if we clear this, right? If we clear this, and if we can get a pull of like 4 or 5 mobs, you'll see that Consecration is going to do the second highest damage, right? And Judge Light. Come on, buddy, get over here.
Lovely.
But what I was saying is that, oh shit, looks like it dropped. What I was saying is now I have Wisdom up, I can just judge that and just switch. Now he's judged with Wisdom, and I have Light up. So you can actually save a little bit of mana by kind of rotating them back and forth. I don't know what the difference is. I have to look at that. I mean, I think you do 54 healing when you have it up on yourself. And see, I have 50 or 53 when I have it up on myself. And then when it's judged on the target, I'm getting like, what is it, 34? But yeah, you can kind of just swap those back and forth if you want. And it makes, dropping down a lot of Consecrates easy. But what I want to show you, though, is if you look now, Consecration is, by far and away the second most damage that you're doing. So... But yeah, a lot of things are different. A lot of things are different in Classic than they are on the vanilla private servers, and most of it's not good. I mean, most of it's good in that this is more, I think, faithful to the original version of the game, but it's bad in that playing a Protection Paladin is actually more difficult. You're not getting as many heals. The poison I just found out today in Angora only lasts for 5 minutes, and it has limited charges. So if I get Venom Hive Poison on my weapons and Ungoro, it lasts 5 minutes, gives me like 15 charges. On the private servers, it lasted 8 hours and had unlimited charges. Now, again, that's probably because the private servers were effed up. You know what I mean? But the good thing is, you know, I mean, Uther's Light's pretty much behaving. Uther's Strength is pretty much behaving the way it always has. Let's also put Mark of the Chosen back in. Yeah, I'm not feeling too good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it into work tomorrow. I feel pretty shitty right now. My throat hurts. Spice Bear we don't need. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of sick. Soft bushy tail. Well, we finally got some flame sacks. Man, I had to kill a lot of those elite dragons to get 3 flame sacks. That's another thing. The drop rate on items in Classic seems to be a lot not as good. Also, like trying to get this Zhang Thraze the Protector or Soul Thraze the Deflector. Zhang Thraze the Protector, Sang Thraze and Zhang Thraze. Sang Thraze the Deflector and Zhang Thraze the Protector. The drop rates on those seem a little bit less. Make the trinket from engineering, the Gnomish Death Ray. Yeah, I'll make the Gnomish Death Ray. Yeah, water. I think they've done a pretty good job. I mean, there's so many trinkets. Then there's Mechanical Dragging, there's the Gnomish Death Ray, there's the Invisibility Cloak, there's the Deep Sea Diving Helmet. Well, I don't know about is there a bomb trinket? I mean, you can see I make grenades and explosives and stuff like that. Right now, I can make big armor. These are the explosives I can make currently. I've got a bunch of recipes in my bank. I'm just not high enough yet right now. Even the C4M bombs. C4M bombs are pretty good. A lot of the trinkets, like the trinkets I have equipped right now are more for PvE. These are PvE things, tanking and AoEing. The trinkets I would use for PvP are going to be completely different. I'd probably be using Gnomish Death Ray and, Mechanical Dragonling would be the ones I'd use for PvP. Maybe even the Reflector, the Shadow Damage Reflector. That one's a pretty interesting one. Against, against, Shadow Priests and stuff. Yeah, but I just think Reckoning's very buggy and very janky, so I don't really like Reckoning. I think it's a talent that should just, it doesn't work the way it reads. Like, if you get critically hit, you're supposed to gain an extra attack. Well, even in that video, as the guy talks about, sometimes you don't. You get critically hit and you don't even get an extra attack. So it doesn't even work like the tooltip says. So in my opinion, they should just I would love to see them. I think what they should do with World of Warcraft Classic, and I think they should come up with servers that are called WoW Classic Pure. And the WoW Classic Pure servers have no changes, right? No changes. But then they should come out with WoW Classic Progressive. Or WoW Classic, I don't know, something. And in those servers, I would love to see them make small changes. And one of those changes would be give Paladins a taunt. That would be a big change, though. But there's other changes you could make that really aren't even, gameplay changes. Oh, there was one someone said the other day that would have been a really good one. What was it? I'm trying to remember what it was. I cannot remember. But I think come out with a classic, like a WoW Classic, but then actually put a patch out that actually added abilities. You know what I mean? Have WoW Classic, but put out an expansion to it that's completely different than anything they've ever done. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Tim. Yeah. But what I think would love to see them do is have a WoW Classic and put out an expansion on WoW Classic. And create new content for WoW Classic. I think that would be awesome. And just, come up with some new stuff. Now, if you guys, yeah, I'm gonna head to bed here, Water. If you see you, Water. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but it looks like the factions are gonna go away in the next expansion, the next WoW expansion. It looks like the Horde and the Alliance are not going to be enemies anymore, and that you'll be able to group up with them and talk. I mean, this is just what they're thinking that's going to happen. That you'll be able to group with Horde players, and you'll be able to talk to them, and that there's not going to be that divide between Horde and Alliance anymore. Which means there must be some other faction or some other thing, you know? Well, I mean, to me, it's going to be pretty hard for them. I mean, they can fix the game, but yeah, that's what they're talking about. The retail, you know, the current like BFA retail game. That's one of the things they're talking about that I think they might do. But I think what would be super cool with Classic is to come out with an expansion, a totally brand new expansion to Classic. So have servers that are like locked, that are like Classic Pure, that it doesn't change. It's just that's it. You play on it, whatever. But then have Classic servers where people can play on, where they can patch them, or they can put out new content for those servers. But it's not Burning Crusade. It's not stuff they've done before. It's entirely new stuff. And I think that would be really, really exciting. I think a lot of people wouldn't like it, but they couldn't complain too much if you still had the Classic Pure server. Well, if you don't like this, go back to your Classic Pure server and play that. Anyways, I am super tired, guys. So I'm sorry if I got irritable. Check this out, though. The Blackwater Auction House. I have a hard time selling Flay of Redgill. Sells to the vendor for 1 silver. But this is a pretty good, food. But when I sell it over in Gadgetzon for 10 silver a stack, it's actually been selling. I don't know who looks at that auction house, but they're buying it. So I just made 30 silver off of this fish. Off of this stuff. Yeah, Classic Plus. Yeah, I'm really tired, man. I'm fed. I feel really sick. I left work early today, because I wasn't feeling very good. And actually, I'm going in for an ultrasound on Friday. We didn't sell anything, so we'll see what's going on. I think I just have a gallstone or something. Anyways, where did I learn fishing 225? I had to do the fishing quest. You have to go to Dustfall Marsh right here. You have to find Pat Nagel. Go to Pat Nagel. He's right around here on the map, and he'll give you a quest. And you'll have to go catch 4 different rare fish. It took me 2 hours probably to it took me about 2 hours to do the quest. And you have to catch 4 rare fish. And once you get all 4 of those rare fish, you go back to them, and then you'll learn the next level of fishing. Yeah, but I'm 300 fishing and cooking on my Paladin. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments, tips. I appreciate it, Tim, and everybody else. Even though I might get bitchy, obviously, if things work out and they're good, I'll certainly use them. But with Reckoning, so far, I haven't really seen that. I think it's something that, even if it did work, that, like the timing of it, if I had practiced it and I got the timing working really well, I still wouldn't really like it, because I think it interrupts the game flow, the flow of how I like to play my character in those big situations with lots of mobs. So I just think it would be too, like, it would break the flow, you know what I mean? So, yep, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm sure you'll see me again pretty soon. Peace out.